everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Penne for Your Thoughts podcast. I'm your host, Sierra.
And I'm Emma.
Today, for pasta, it's still in the cupboard. We're not consuming pasta today.
It's 10 a.m. on a Saturday. We're not eating pasta.
Yeah, and we're both exhausted, so there is no energy in making pasta. No time, truly.
Bought some, pasta salad or something.
Oh,
some anti-pasta. I always feel weird saying that. I don't think I said it right.
I don't think so either, but it's okay.
You know what I mean, though, right?
Yeah.
The, olives and
I'm anti-pasta.
It's the olives and cheese and peppers and olive oil, just drenched in olive oil.
And herbs, so good. But
I think that would... Oh, never mind. I'll say that in a minute.
No,
I can't say it because we have to say what we're talking about in order for it to make sense.
Oh, yeah. Today, we are talking about drag.
Yeah.
Drag herstory, if you will.
Now I can say it. I think Herbs would be my drag name. I know I say that a lot, but I think that would be my genuine drag name is Herbs.
That's such a good name.
Yeah, right.
Because people would be like, is that Herb? No, it's Herb.
The H is silent. It's Herb.
I have a grandpa named Herb, and everyone calls him Herb. And it's like, no. It's Herb. Pronounce the H.
There was a guy at my church who we were like, our families are friends. And his name was Herb.
What's a good name?
He was just a short Mexican man. He had a really big mustache. Like a Sam Elliott style mustache.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Shout out Herb.
Herb. Shout out my Herb. Herb, too. No, Herb, yes. But there's a drag king named Basil in the drag club.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fun.
They were running... tickets last night or something?
Basil and Herb.
Basil and Herb. All right, a little sneak peek as to what we're talking about. Last night, we're going to do a recap as to why we're both so exhausted. Starting off with cuss count.
Yeah.
All right, so from last ep.
I love that you hide it as if I can see.
Can't read my handwriting.
I can't. Not from this angle.
Okay, so I do have the individual numbers too.
Oh, okay.
I remembered them.
Okay.
And I also have the total. So
okay.
Go.
Like a solid 10.
Close. The total was 7.
Okay. Oh, do you want me to split it up? You already told me that I cursed more than you.
Yes.
So if the total's 7, I'm going to say I did 4 or 5 and you did 3 or 2.
Yeah. You 5, me 3. So, got some heated topics last episode. But some of it was cutting out because we were bickering.
I just like being wrong. So I get my boyfriend can attest. I get a little cursy when I feel like I'm wrong.
It's okay. It was intense. We were talking about driving and judging each other's driving. Touchy subjects over here. Right, Sam?
I've already wanted to curse twice, but I've stopped myself. I don't want to be... No, because I have to edit this episode.
Okay, sounds good. We can do that.
Okay.
Now for the quiz.
Yeah.
You join the party.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Redacted quiz party.
I'm really slacking today, guys. I woke up and was just not vibing with the day.
It's okay. I woke up at 6 to get...
I woke up at 8 o'clock.
I look like that from Hairspray.
Which one?
The bigger chick with the gray streak in her hair. That's what I feel like right now.
Tracy Turnblad?
Yeah!
I love her.
That was supposed to be an endearing term, not...
It's timed. Okay.
Oh, yeah, we have 2 minutes, 10 seconds.
It says, unless you've watched and rewatched the entire series, you're not passing this friend's quiz. I don't know, I thought it was fun.
Yes.
Okay. So then we can't say our answers. Which one do we pick?
But we can read the question. Mm-hmm. So, first question, what was the character of Joey's character... Sorry, what was the career of Joey's character on Days of Our Lives? The options are teacher, lawyer, doctor, or stay-at-home dad. I wish he was a stay-at-home dad.
It tells you what the right answer is after you click it.
Yeah. Okay. The correct answer is doctor, which I
got it. What was Mike before he was a pianist? Yeah, I said that right. A lawyer, a librarian, a line cook, a teacher.
Oh.
Who was Mike?
A Phoebe's husband. No, not Adam.
No, Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd. I was thinking of Adam Driver, and I'm like, that's not it. What was he? I got it wrong.
Guess. I also got it wrong.
What'd you guess?
A librarian.
I guessed that too. It turns out he was a lawyer.
He was a lawyer.
Okay. How many people has Ross married?
The silence.
You know, of us counting?
Wait, we didn't say the 1, 2, 3, or 4 are the options.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I can't even count on my fingers. I have to count down here.
I know.
I got it.
I got it too. 3.
Carol, Emily, and Rachel. But they were in Vegas, so I was like, does that one count?
Yeah, I guess.
Then they got an annulment.
We have 40 seconds. What instrument does Phoebe typically play at Central Park? Piano, ukulele, flute, or guitar?
Gator.
Smelly cat, smelly
We have 25 seconds.
Oh my god.
What event did Monica use her fancy china plates for?
Oh my god, what didn't she use them for?
A lot, actually. The options are Christmas, Thanksgiving, Chandler's birthday, Halloween. I'm going to guess that one. I was wrong.
Oh, it's Thanksgiving. I got it right.
I was tied between Thanksgiving and Chandler's birthday.
What does Chandler dress up as for the Halloween party? What? Time's up.
Wait.
I got 1 out of 15.
I got 0. That's a lie. Let's do this again. What does Chandler dress up for the Halloween party?
Okay. Okay. Pink bunny. Correct.
Oh, I didn't even you didn't read the question.
I thought we were just...
No, you didn't read. It's your question to read.
What does Chandler dress up for as the Halloween party? Motherfucker. Oh my god. What does Chandler Bong dress up as for the Halloween party? Pink bunny, pink flamingo, a blue turtle, a red cat. Correct answer is pink bunny.
What are the names of Ross's children? Emma and Ben, Charlie and Emily, Joe and Hank, Haley and Connor.
Joe and Hank are like good names.
If I get this one wrong, I feel like I did a disservice.
Not for us. The correct answer is Emma and Ben. Ben played by the
Sprouse
twins.
Emma also played by twins.
Yes, that's right. Crazy.
And the little girl, one of them kept laughing when she wasn't supposed to, and so they had to swap her out.
Which is so funny. Where does Rachel find out she's pregnant? In the bathroom at Monica's wedding, in a taxi after visiting Ross, on Monica's balcony, the bathroom at Phoebe's Halloween party. Just imagine taking a Waz on a pee stick on a balcony.
I don't think that's what it means. I think it means finding out where, finding out where she's pregnant. So like reading the test, because she's also not like taking a Waz, as you said, in the taxi after visiting Ross.
True. Correct answer is
bathroom at Monica's wedding.
Yes,
I remember that scene.
Me too. Right.
What is Monica's job? A chef, a librarian, a stylist, a cleaner. Technically, one of these is wrong. Well, technically, all of these are wrong, if you want to get technical.
Mm-hmm. She is
a chef. Technically, she's a caterer.
Yeah, that's true.
Technically, she's a caterer.
Yeah.
So.
Or expo. How many sisters does Joey have? 3, 4, 5, 7.
Easiest question of my life.
Let's go. I guessed and got right.
7.
And they're all like T names, right?
And then there's one who's a V, because it's like Tina, like something, and then there's like Veronica.
Yeah.
It's like the other one. But they're all, like, he's like, what is he? There's like 6 sisters above him, then his youngest sister, who's Veronica.
Yeah. That's crazy. Love the Italians.
Okay. Yeah. As an Italian, it's pretty, no, that's not true. My family's pretty small. What is the name of Rachel's ex-fiance? Jimmy, Todd, Barry, Steve. Easy. Done. Come on. You know it. I believe in you.
It's Barry. Yeah.
Barry the dentist.
I was going to say, no way it's Barry. That's the name of the bee. Okay. Where does Chandler temporarily move to work? Move to for work. Why can't I read today?
I don't know.
St. Louis, Tulsa, Dallas, and Denver.
Did you get it? I did too. It's Tulsa.
Tulsa, Oklahoma.
That was the weird cheating storyline.
Mm-hmm. That was really weird. Okay.
I was not vibing with that. Mm-mm. What's the name of Phoebe's ex-husband? Timmy, Steven, Patrick, Duncan. I feel like only 2 of these names could be correct. The other ones feel wrong.
Yeah. Well, I got
it wrong.
What'd you guess?
I guessed Patrick.
I guessed Steven. Because I was like, it's either Patrick or Steven for me.
I thought. Duncan.
Played by, who's that guy? He's in everything.
Dad in Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Yes.
You've seen Planet of the Apes. He's Bad Ape. Mm-hmm. I love him as Bad Ape. That's the only 2 things I know in it.
I feel like he's in everything.
It's like, his name's like Steve, like, and his last name's with a Z or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Steve something.
I trust you. It's like Maya Hawke, how she's in like everything.
I feel like she's not in enough.
No, sorry, not Maya Hawke. Maya, the one who was just on SNL singing about how she's your mother. Maya.
Huh? Rudolph?
Yes.
I love her.
She said everything. She's awesome.
I love that
She's so fucking funny.
She reminds me of you.
Yeah. Lucky. I can see it. Okay.
Watch Big Mouth. What is it? The way that Maya Rudolph and what's his name? I forget his name. who created Big Mouth. You know who I'm talking about?
Nick Kroll.
Yes. Vibes. Us. 100%.
Yes.
I am Nick Kroll. Anyways, moving on.
What kind of stuffed animal was Hugsy? Elephant, bird, dog, or penguin? My screen crashed.
Well,
I love having an old phone.
for those at home, it's penguin.
Yeah. Hugsy is...
There's only one more question.
Fuck.
What is the name of Rachel's boss at Central Perk? Terry, Jerry, Larry, or Mary?
Terry.
Terry!
Okay, I think I got 15 out of 15.
I got 14 out of 15.
My
No, you also got that.
Yeah.
Got Duncan wrong.
Yeah, no, you're right. Okay, whatever. My screen is crashed. I love having an old phone.
Okay.
Whatever.
Next.
So that was a little quiz segment. I love Friends.
I feel like that quiz segment was not little. It was quite long.
And then we're going to cover things.
Oh, Samantha.
Okay, so now we're going to talk a little bit about drag herstory in the spirit of Halloween and people dressing up. I think it's kind of awesome. Like, I don't know if you see this. I know I definitely see this on my Instagram Reels since I'm not on TikTok.
Yep.
But kind of doing the gender swap costumes are more popular now, which is really fun to see. See this? I saw one where it was like a deer in headlights and a dude had like a skimpy little black dress on that had like road markings on it and then lights on his, what would have been his tits if he had tits. Can I say tits?
Yeah. If I can say cooter, you can say tit.
Okay, good. And then his female partner dressed up as a deer, and it was supposed to be like deer in headlights, you know, because guys are often deers in headlights when they see boobas. I thought that was pretty funny. But there's other things that I've heard of too.
I've been gender bending costumes since I was like 12.
No,
I was like Matt Smith from Doctor Who.
Love
like fully. I was Dean Winchester from Supernatural.
Yeah.
I've always been dudes. I guess I kind of 2 years ago, last year, 2 years ago, something like that. I was Ghostface, and I know that's a popular like women costume, but technically I was doing like the original. I wasn't doing like sexy Ghostface. I was doing like the original Ghostface.
Yeah.
My boyfriend, who is Officer Dewey, I guess that's also gender bent. I don't like women costume. I'm being
smexy.
I was like, I'm literally being Pepe Le Pew in this.
I know, and I'm being Joe Cool.
Yeah.
So female version of a dog.
I'm not even being the female version of Pepe Le Pew. I'm just Pepe Le Pew. Thank you very much.
I am being Joe Cool. I guess the OG Joe Cool, but
You can be the OG Joe Cool.
how did it start? What is it? Because essentially, if you really, really boil down drag, it is just cross-dressing, which I know is like not a great term, and I'm gonna use it, but I don't mean it in a harmful or malicious
way.
Yes, exactly. It is just the terms. It's a historical term, technically. But drag essentially started in 1860. Would you believe it? In ye olde England, because of Sir Shakespeare.
I was like, I would even say further than that.
Probably.
Because plays before that, you had little boys being little girls, and
Yes.
men who looked feminine and couldn't grow beards were women.
No, exactly. And that was because women were not allowed to act.
Nope.
Women were not allowed to do that. So it was all men. And like, I think Shakespeare came up just because he is the most famous playwright. And we still learn and work from his works today.
And even in his works today, there's still like, I don't know, there's still that happening. Even though like women can't be in the theater. I just watched a performance of Midsummer Night's Dream, and if you're familiar with the play, there's a play within the play.
Yeah.
And it's a group of all men, and then there's like one of the men is supposed to be a woman. In the performance I have watched, it was all women, and then there was one guy, and the one guy was playing the character who was supposed to be the woman. So it was like cool to see. He also didn't wear a dress, was just in underwear, and it was really funny the whole time.
I love that.
Like he was rocking the stage with it. So
love that.
it was really.
So Shakespeare really made it popular, and then the theater, the term drag came from theater slang.
Yep.
In 1920s, essentially, was when the term was originated. And I don't know if this is right. Google said the term drag was because men would drag on makeup since they didn't know how to do it properly, compared to women who were super used to doing makeup and all that. But I know, right? It was weird. I was like, I don't know how accurate that is, but I'm like, that sounds right.
The way I always thought of it is like drag comes from like dragging a cigarette. because that's what they would say. They're taking a drag, and men smoked all the time.
So many cigarettes.
More than women at that point. So that's where I would have thought it came from.
Or like the phrase, don't be a drag.
Yeah.
And these people are like literally, not the what's the opposite? Not epitome, but not antagonist.
I don't know.
I don't know what I'm saying.
You can make motion at me all the time.
But it's like the opposite of what they are.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. They do too. I'll speak for the pod.
It'll come to me at 2 a.m. and I'll post it on the story or something. But anyways, so then drag performers weren't considered queens, kings, or things yet. They were called pansy performers. Mm-hmm. Don't know where this term came from, but it started in the big drag scenes in San Francisco, LA, New York City, and Chicago.
I can probably figure out where that came from.
Yeah.
Well, pansy, it's like, that's still used today to talk about, like, queer people.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're a pansy. And we, the queers, they love to take a word and just claim it for their own.
No, truly.
So that's probably where it came from, is all those macho, masculine businessmen called them pansies. And they were like, yeah, okay,
we are pansies.
We are pansies. Thank you so much.
That actually makes a lot of sense.
Also, I love pansy performer because it's pee-pee.
Are we 9? It's okay. No, it's so true.
But if you think about it in the context, it's funny. It's a pee-pee.
Because drag queens are peepees. But thank you for elaborating. I know I'm kind of zooming through this history because drag didn't start to become mainstream. Like, it was popular within cities and subcultures. Okay, you guys might hear noise. That's just Sammy horsing around. Okay, I need to not. You're done.
You're done.
In the 1960s, 70s, there's a massive gay liberation movement led by Marsha P. Johnson and Sylvia Rivera.
Love them.
Truly.
Love them. Icons.
No, they really are. And this was when the Stonewall riots were happening. More like gay bars were being shut down. And all of this was happening. Like, police brutality was really a big issue then against gay folks.
The gays.
The LGBTQIA plus community.
I mean, at the time, it was just the gays.
At the time, there wasn't all the other letters. It was just G.
And L.
And L.
It was G and L. That was really it.
Thank you. Queer.
And that was derogatory at the time.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
But they really used drag to make light of a heavy situation because everyone was like, why are you cross-dressing? Why are you looking like a woman? And then they were like, you know what? I'm going to be that woman.
Yeah.
And so then drag really started to, like, you saw the exaggerated features of the big lips, the stuffing of clothing, the stuffing of bras, things like this to be like, hey, you're making fun of this? I'm going to do it 2 times of what I was doing it, to give a fat middle finger to all the homophobes out there. And then in 1972, we have the first drag pageant in Nashville, which I thought was super interesting. And this was like a national drag pageant. Hold for drinking water.
I don't think it's picking up.
Okay.
Yeah, we're fine.
Which was national, so all queens from everywhere came to Nashville to, like, compete and show off. And then fast forward 18 years, we have 1990, Paris is Burning comes out, which is a documentary kind of describing everything. And also in Paris is Burning, they mention voguing, whacking, and ballroom dance styles.
Love voguing. I was voguing last night.
I saw you, which was so fun.
Allie and I were voguing last night.
No, I love that. It was so fun to watch. But the voguing, ballroom, and whacking are like the classic dance styles you see drag queens doing, which is super interesting. Also, whacking has 2 Ks.
Yeah.
I didn't know that till I looked that up.
Yeah.
10 minutes ago. And then in the 90s, voguing became really popular with Madonna's music video, Vogue, with these sharp angle movements. Like, essentially, voguing is just modeling positions done really quickly, made into dance moves. That's how it started in the underground gay bars.
And a lot of up and downs.
Yeah.
They go up and down a lot in voguing.
Yes. But all that style really evolved from what's called ballroom, which I learned from Clin, because Clin did a massive presentation on all of this at one of the meetings. And ballroom's where it started, but it's not like classical ballroom dancing. It is quick movements.
It's like a quick step more than a ballroom step.
Yeah, exactly.
I watched Dancing with the Stars.
As you should. A lot of quick movements, like you said. A lot of almost poses.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Like extending of arms, taking up space. Just really like moving your body in a joyful way and very fashionable way. So that was when that dance style became popular and that lip syncing became popular, because that's what we know drag queens for today, is like that parading, the lip syncing, the performing, all of this, hair, makeup, the nine. And then in 2009, the first season of RuPaul's Drag Race came out.
I love that show.
Truly.
I love it.
I love RuPaul so much.
I got Sierra RuPaul, a Little People, which is the little kids' toys. And I got Sierra, it was 3 RuPauls. 2 in drag, 1 out of drag. Right?
Yeah. I have the 1 out of drag in my car because it's red and it matches my car. And then the 2 that are in drag are in my room, and I keep 1 by my makeup and 1 by my bed. So every night I say my prayers to my little
RuPaul,
my God. So anyways, then in like 1990, 1980 sort of is when we truly see the labels queens and kings, because kings come into the matter a lot later, which a queen, the stereotypical definition, or the not stereotypical, the classic definition of a drag queen is a male who dresses up as a female. A king is that of an opposite. So a female dressing up as a male, still exaggerating those features. What is it called when you tape your boobies down? Binding. Binding of the chest.
Sorry, I was looking something up.
No, you're so good.
I have 2 things to add to the conversation when you're done.
Okay. Binding of the chest was a thing. Chiseling jawlines, making really exaggerated sharp features, masculine features. And then I couldn't find this, but whenever things popularized, which are like almost non-binary characters, but drag, so all of their features are exaggerated, extreme makeup, extreme costumes, extreme looks, and things like that. But what were you going to say?
2 awesome things to bring this conversation. 1, 1995, one of my favorite and one of the best movies comes out, called To Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. It is a drag movie. It features 3 of the biggest 80s and 90s stars. John Leguizamo, who's a comedy icon, Patrick Swayze, who's a heartbreak icon, and Wesley Snipes, who is one of the most well-known like actor or action stars, and they are in drag the whole movie.
I love.
They basically, the whole thing is Patrick and Wesley, their characters are very known drag queens, very out there, whereas John Leguizamo's character is more of like, doesn't really know what she's doing. She's kind of getting used to it, getting like, she's new. And then they're like, we're in New York, let's go to LA and get you ready, like, for this competition, big competition. RuPaul's also in it at the end. RuPaul's like the judge for the big competition.
Of course she is.
And as she should be. And they go through, and then there's a whole big thing where no one knows they're men. That's like the whole joke of the movie. No one knows they're men because they're never out of drag. Every time you see them, they are in drag. They're never out of it. They end up winding up in this hick town. All the people there think they're women. And then it's revealed as they're leaving the town that only one person realized, no, you're a man. But because you're dressed as a woman, I'm not going to out you. And it's like this awesome, like, even the hick town people can get behind drag, and great movie. Second thing I wanted to bring up, I discovered this TikTok page, but you're not on TikTok. So I found them on Instagram. It's a British, like, drag, I don't know, group, company, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
It's called Drag Syndrome because they all have Down syndrome.
Oh my God!
It is some of the most, like, they are some of the coolest people I think I've ever, like, seen. The way they talk, they're just awesome.
Oh my God, I love.
And it's, like, really awesome, but they're called on TikTok and on Instagram. They're called Drag Syndrome, and they're all British. And it's, like, the way they interact with people, the makeup, like, they do it all themselves. So it's so very, like, heartwarming to see that, like, people always say, like, I don't know. It's just, like, interesting to see, like, a different community also be so, like, a different community that was so ostracized is now finding a home in drag. Strongly recommend watching their TikToks. They're so funny. Like, and their names are so good, too. Like, oh my gosh. Strongly recommend. Anyways.
No, I love that. Because drag is truly supposed to be inclusive.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like sometimes it feels exclusive to people, which it can be. There are very cliquey drag groups, but it is mainly inclusive, and I love that for them. And the pictures you showed me are awesome. I will definitely have to put some on Instagram.
I love their name. I thought they drag syndrome.
Yes,
that's so good.
I was like, whose name? But yes, drag syndrome.
I don't know any other names off the top of my head, but they're really I love them. They're so funny.
I was gonna bring up my first relative experience with drag was watching The Danish Girl with Eddie Redmayne.
Yes.
Is that how you pronounce his last
Eddie
name?
Redmayne. I have the biggest crush on him, and I have since I was 12.
Yeah. So good.
Saw him in Les Mis once, and I fell in love.
As you should. But that movie, it's not directly about drag. It's about being like...
It's a transgender experience.
Yeah. Exactly. The transgender experience.
In a time when that was so... not bad.
Allowed. Yes.
Quotes around the word bad, because that's how they described it. It was like such a bad thing to be and a bad experience to have, because it was so like, it was in a time when electric shock therapy was so okay, and it shouldn't have been, but...
And also like surgeries and medicine was like not evolved, and like people were dying from surgeries. And the movie does have a very sad ending, but highly recommend y'all watch it.
And Tu Wong Fu, thanks for everything, Julie Newmar. Those are two very different sides of a queer experience, but
still so
impactful,
powerful, and educational. Like, even though, like the
sorry, I thought of another movie.
No, you're good. Even though The Danish Girl is like a fictional character, from what I understand. Or it's based on a true story?
Based on a true story, but names are changed to protect those people.
Yes. Even though it's like based on a true story, fictionist, quote unquote.
Historical fiction.
Historical fiction, thank you. It's still such a good watch, because it's like, this was someone's story. Granted, it's changed, but this was someone's story.
And still is in some ways.
Exactly. Yes, it is.
I got one more movie.
Yeah,
and then we can move on. But The Birdcage, 1996.
Yes.
The Birdcage. I think that is such an interesting, like, experience of a totally different side of drag.
Yes.
And a different side of that experience of, like, Nathan Lane is so funny in that movie with Robin Williams and whoever plays the son.
Yeah.
I don't know his name. I don't think he went on to be very famous. But great movie. I don't even know how to describe it. It's about two people, Nathan Lane and Robin Williams, who... are dating, but not dating, but dating, and have been dating for 20 years, but they're not technically dating. It's a whole thing. It took me 20 minutes into the movie to figure out what the relationship was. But essentially, they have a son who is getting married, but no one is very happy that he's getting married, and he's getting married to a very corrupt and conservative politician's daughter. Mm. And so... it's this whole thing of, like, the son is very, like, well, I can't have two dads. Like, I have to have a dad and a mom, because... she has a dad and a mom. And so what happens? Nathan Lane, who plays a drag queen, gets in full drag to be the mother. And it's a very beautiful story about acceptance. And they're not in drag a whole lot of the time, but if you want some funny Robin Williams in a role that I don't think I've ever seen him play like that, there you go. Also, Mrs. Doubtfire, technically a drag movie.
I was also going to say John Travolta in Hairspray.
Hairspray, also technically.
I know, we were talking about Tracy earlier, full circle.
Full circle.
But
what's next on the agenda?
Next on the agenda,
much about movies.
I know, it's like you're a film major or something, and I just like to watch it. But anyways, next on the agenda, we keep mentioning last night. Now today is Saturday. Last night was Friday, the 25th. We're gonna have a special guest speak on the matter. Introducing Matthew McConaughey. All right, you guys.
That was funny.
So I'm Matthew McConaughey. And if that has no meaning to you, just wait. So last night was my first ever drag show.
Yeah.
So pretty exciting. I'm so nervous to talk about this. So backstory to this is there is a drag club at our school. And I went to see them about 2-3 years ago. And that was my first ever drag show. Because before then I was like, I knew of drag. Like I used to watch RuPaul's Drag Race a little bit, like Untucked. Things like that, but I never like met a drag queen. And so being at this sort of liberal school,
very liberal school in a very red state.
Yeah, exactly. I went to this drag show with some old friends, loved it. And I just remember feeling so happy for the people being able to express themselves, whether it's like if they identify this way or they just want to portray art, they just want to communicate something. Like I think that is so powerful. And so then I continued to go to drag shows and support the drag community that we have here, not only on campus, but off campus as well. And I know we went to a few drag shows together. Some of our...
Yeah. I was like, yeah. That's how we got close, was going. Because we always sat next to each other, and we always got put right next to each other. So we, like, became... Yeah. You watch me get glitter lube on my forehead.
Yes. That was iconic.
That was very iconic. My baby gay self at the time was so freaking out at the glitter lube on my forehead.
Yeah. No, it was so good because we used to go with just like work friends. Like
it was a work outing.
It really was, even though like our work didn't know. It was just like everyone we knew from work went. Oh. And the first drag show we went to, it was only like 6 people. But then the second one, we had like close to 14 people from work go with us. It was crazy. We took up half the bar. That was a whole another scene.
Yeah, they took my water just randomly.
Yeah, which is
guy came over and took all of our drinks, and it was just waters.
Yeah, it was just
no
water
one was
cups.
Really drinking.
I think he probably wanted to start cleaning up or something like that.
Which was funny because there still was like an hour and a half left in the show.
For real.
And so we were like,
what? Damn.
I need that.
So that was fun. But throwback to last April, so April of 24, I had made friends with this drag club, and I had done rewind even more. March of 24, so a month prior, I did a dance workshop because like as a Zumba instructor and also as a dancer of like 17 years, some of the drag queens didn't really know how to perform or dance or keep a beat. And I was like, okay, you all want to grow in the Community. I have resources I can give you. Let me help you. So we had like a 4-hour-long dance workshop. It was so much fun. And everyone who went, like not the whole club went, but everyone who went still uses their techniques today.
Yeah.
And I'm so freaking proud and like grateful that they were able to learn and take something from that, because that's what I really wanted. And most of it was like very simple movements, how to perform while standing. So like parking and barking is what we call it, which just makes me happy. So anyways, we did the workshop, and then in January of that year, I was working with several drag queens to choreograph routines for their massive show in April, which was at an Orpheum Theater. I have seen Hamilton at the Orpheum in San Francisco. So in April, I choreographed a bunch of numbers for them, and they're like, Sierra, you should do drag. You should audition for the next show. And I was like, I don't know, kind of scary, because to be honest, some family members are not super supportive of even the fact that I am bi. And so being in drag makes me even more terrified because of like some conversations we've had surrounding drag as well. And my parents know I worked with drag queens. They're like, great, choreographer, whatever. And then when I was home for spring break last year, they were like, are you thinking about becoming like a drag performer? And I was like, I don't know. But there was a sour tone to them. So I was like, okay, whatever, I won't do it. And then finally, a show happens in April. It's a huge success. And then this year, August, I ran into one of my friends from the club, and they were like, hey, are you going to audition? And they convinced me. And I was like, fine, I will. I'm only going to do one show, though, like an IMQ show, which IMQ is like the clubhouse, I guess.
It's where they're housed. Area on campus.
Yeah, it's like our inclusivity department of campus. And so I audition. I first thought I got 3 of the biggest shows. Then I got cut from one. No hard feelings, but it's okay. So I was like, okay, real, I need to figure something out. So I had always had this like secret drag name, you know, that like my friends in the club, we'd joke about. And the name is Matthew McConaughey, because I am never original. I want something funny. I want something quirky. And Matthew McConaughey, love him.
Yeah.
Especially as Buster McMoon. So sorry. Sing his star role. No, I'm kidding. And so I was like, Matthew McConaughey, spelled wrong, all sorts of stuff. And then I was like, okay, I really need to work on this. So since August, I was choreographing stuff for myself, working on makeup, because I really had to speed run things, because I had never done drag before. This was my first drag performance, let alone my first debut at the Orpheum, which is the biggest theater in
our general area. Imagine we get Baby No Money. But listen here, Alex. If you want to come on the... Sorry, I don't know you like that. Listen here, Baby No Money. If you want to come on the podcast, we got a friend who would love to be on the podcast with you.
I was just going to say, I was like, Allison would need to come.
Allie, our friend Allie would love to be on the podcast with you. So if anyone knows Baby Nobody, please connect them.
Yes. But anyway, sorry, I'm trying to like go through this story really quickly.
No, you don't have to go through quickly. We're doing great.
Last night, I was given one number.
Yes.
And I did a routine to Hollywood's Bleed In by Post Malone. Song that not everyone knows, very slower song. But I was like, it's going to be dramatic. I don't have to do a lot. I know in my heart of hearts, I am a halfway decent performer. Like, I have the confidence to just...
You did theater.
Yeah, no, I did theater, I did dance, I did all of that. So I know how to perform, like, just standing. Yeah. And I know how to hold myself. So I'm not too worried about it. Yeah. And it went fabulous. I was so excited that I got to do that. I was terrified, too. But, yeah, that was kind of the speed run. I can talk more on that. But when I found out that I had, quote unquote, like booked a show, I immediately called our friend Allie. And then I told you.
You texted me.
I texted you, yes. I was literally on the toilet when I found out. So I called Allie and then I texted you right then and there. Tell me about your thoughts, your feelings about the whole situation.
I've helped pick your shirt.
Oh, yeah, you did at Goodwill.
Yeah, I helped pick your shirt at Goodwill and helped you figure out how to cut it. So that was fun. Yeah, so that was fun. I don't know. It was fun. It was super fun. It was funny because we were all, so me, Allie, and two of our other friends, Jackie and Carmen, shout out. We were all sitting in like a certain area waiting for you. It was funny because Allie and I knew. The other two did not.
Yeah, so Allie and I had to orchestrate how we were going to get Carmen and Jackie there because Jackie doesn't really like drag shows. I don't think they've ever been to one.
I don't think so either.
Besides that one. But they had expressed like they don't really like drag shows and they originally said no when we were like, hey guys, we're all going to the drag show. They're like, I'm not going. And then Allie somehow was like, you're going.
Allie told them that they had a surprise and it needed to be done at the drag show. That was all they said. It was like, I have a surprise for you, I think, from what I understood.
Yeah.
But, like, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's from what I understood.
And then Carmen was suspicious.
But was all for it.
Yeah, she was all for it. Because Carmen had gone to the drag shows with us, like, at the bar and stuff.
A part of the OG drag group.
No, true. And so we knew she would love it. And according to Allie, like, Carmen was asking Allie, like...
Lots of questions.
Is Sierra doing drag? Where's Sierra? Why is Sierra late? Because normally I'm never late. If anything, like 5 minutes. Or, like, late without communication, which was happening. And I had told Jackie, I was like, I have an athletics event. So I'll join up with you guys later. Did not have an athletics event. I was putting on makeup and making myself a man. So that... We had to surprise them. And then I was hiding in the balcony when you guys came in. So I was able to see you guys
you
walk
sniped
in.
me and called me a twink.
Well, because, Em was wearing like a flannel, a beanie.
I was very cold and I like to dress for warmth. I don't dress for style. I dress for comfort. And I was in sweats that I'm currently wearing. And a sweater on and a flannel and a beanie.
But it was dark in the theater, so I only saw the three. And I recognized Jackie and Carmen because of the tops they were wearing. I didn't recognize Allie at first. But I think they were wearing a top that I gave them.
They were wearing a sweater and then changed or had the top underneath.
Yes.
Because it was cold.
That top I think I gave them. But then I saw you and I was like, I thought you were a man. Like, I thought you were Allie's partner for a second. And then I was like, no. I'm not blonde. Who the hell is that twink? So I was like, it's just someone they met in line or something. Because they're friends like that. Yeah. And then I was like, that's Emma.
Hi. Carmen and I got sniped from the bar.
Because the bar is like right underneath the balcony. And so I was watching you guys. And I was sitting in the front row of the balcony. Which if you look up, you probably could have seen the glare on my glasses.
Really?
And
we did not look up.
Thank God. Because I was right there. Allie did look up at one point. Because we were texting and Allie was like, where are you? So I turned like my phone light on and waved it really quickly. And Allie just went, that's it. That's all you guys were still at the bar. But anyways, continue about your thoughts.
No, it was cool. And when you came out to perform, Allie and I sprinted. Well, we recorded the other two's reaction. Once the reaction was done, we sprinted to the front as fast as we could. Gave you our money, got interacted with, which was so much fun. And then when we came back, it's so funny because there's a couple behind us. Yeah. And they were like, we were like walking back, we were laughing or something. And the guy goes, so did you know that? And we were like, yeah, that's our friend. And they were like, oh, that's so cool. And we like explained the whole story. And he was like, yeah, I saw you guys recording them. So we didn't know what was going on. And we were like, yeah, like we were just talking about it. And we were trying to like we just were, like, engaging with them, but it was so funny because they were like, your guys' reaction was so sweet and so cute. And then you had texted me like, oh, can I come hang out with you guys? And I was like, of course. And I told the people behind us, I was like, they're coming out if you want to say hi. But yeah, it was super fun. Yeah. I know we're talking about you, but can I give a quick thing to one of the other performances that I told you was my favorite?
Yeah.
The Christine one.
Oh my God. Ripley Strode shouts out.
Very niche one, and I thought it was so funny because when they were introducing it, they were like, it's super niche, and they were like, it's about a car, and my brain immediately went Christine, and you were trying to explain it to me, and you were like, yeah, it's by Stephen King or something, and I kept going Christine, and
I just wasn't getting it.
Wasn't clocking, but I love Christine. If you don't know the Christine story, it's very spooky, but essentially, haunted car kills man.
Yeah.
They made a movie about it with James Dean. The car that they were using for Christine is the car. That's important. The car they were using for Christine is apparently actually haunted because James Dean died filming that movie.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he died filming Christine, and so the whole thing is that car is actually haunted by Christine.
That's crazy.
Love Christine.
But yeah.
Shout outs to Christine.
Shouts out. That was Ripley Strode. They had built a car.
Literal car.
From cardboard.
So good.
And then we're doing their routine to Speed Drive by Charlie XCX.
It was so good.
It was
like
so
your
fun.
Performance and that one were my top two of the whole night. I don't think I screamed louder. It was so funny.
No, it was hilarious. And Ripley Strode is a good example of a drag thing.
Yeah.
Rather than a Queen or King. Love them.
So I not to steer the story from you, but that was... Oh,
no, you're so good.
I love them. That was so cool.
There were a lot of good drag performers last night. Yeah. A lot of them, like, have really improved since their last show, which, like, good, because... I had texted saying you guys might be bored during the second half, but I'm glad you weren't.
I wasn't. I was enjoying. And the Scream one, I don't remember who it was, but the two people who did it, they did like a. If you've seen Scream, they did Billy and Stu, and it was like the whole end thing where like they're like stabbing each other to make it look like Sydney was Ghostface the whole time.
Yeah.
Awesome performance. I literally kept shouting, I have a tattoo of this movie.
Yes.
Because I do. It's on my arm. It's a rotary phone that says, hello, Sydney. I love Scream. And I literally, that was also up there. Top 3. That was also up there. For sure. It was so good.
That was Jupiter Socks and Glitch Trap.
Yeah.
The things names? I think there's drag things.
They were giving drag thing vibes.
Yes. But what else? Yeah, it was a little crazy. I was nervous and then walked around stage, did the splits. My body hurts from that. It was still worth it. I think I definitely needed more glitz and glam. My outfit was kind of plain. Well, a lot of the queens, like, backstage, they're like, Sarah, you killed it. The crowd ate it up. I was like, is there anything I need to work on? And they're like, it's your first drag show, but I think your outfit needs a little more. And it was always, it's your first drag show, but.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I know what I need to do, but I just had this huge pressure on myself to be like, I need to be perfect my first time.
You did awesome. I enjoyed it so much. Hunter thought it was great from the videos and pictures I sent him. So
you need to send me those videos. I only got the pictures.
I don't know where they went. I recorded them on Snap, so I don't think I saved them, which is my bad. But I think he might have saved them. But I haven't talked to him.
Okay.
Not as a bad thing.
Yeah.
He's just, I was sleeping when he went to work.
Real.
So.
But, yeah, no, it was really awesome to have you guys there. Like, I know a lot of parents and kids show the art of, like, showing up.
Yeah.
And just the power of showing up.
Yeah.
And so it meant a lot to me that you guys were there and were able to keep Jackie there.
Yeah.
Because I know they were getting suspicious. But when I came down from the balcony and saw you guys, like, I had a full cloak on. I had a hood on. I was covering my face with, like, my long sleeve.
Yeah.
And I know you and Allie both made eye contact with me. Jackie and Carmen, I was trying my best to, like, look away from them.
I think they were so enamored with what was going on that they didn't even notice you passed by.
No, exactly. Which is what I really wanted.
Yeah.
To surprise them. And so it was awesome just to have you guys there and knowing I have that support. Oh, I'm going to cry. But, like, not having my parents there for a big celebration or a big... Sorry, I'm not trying to ruin my makeup. We're taking senior photos after this. And I spent so long on my makeup this morning. So, anyways, it was just nice to have my chosen family there, you know, rather than, like, my actual family. Because I know some family members would have been supportive, but it would have been a very polarizing topic at Thanksgiving. So,
but, like, I'm happy I got to be there because I told you honestly, I was like, there was a hot second where I wasn't going to show up. And not because I didn't want to, but because mental rut.
Yeah.
And it was just so hard for me to, like, get up. But then something Hunter brought up, and shout out Hunter, shouting out everyone today. Shout out Hunter. He was like, yeah, but they asked you to be there. And I was like, you're so right. Like, if you didn't ask me to be there, I don't think I would have showed up. But because you specifically, like, when you told me you got it, you were like, will you come to a show? And I was like, of course I will. I will come to a show. And one of them you got cut from, and then the other one I won't really be here for. Yeah. So it's like, well, yeah, I got to go to this show. And I'm so glad I went. Oh my gosh.
I'm appreciated.
I'm so glad I went. Use my loops. It was great. Shout out Loops.
Shout out Loops earplugs.
Loops, you want to sponsor us, please?
I love Loops. I use them for all my concerts and hockey games, especially.
I just got mine in July before I went to Niall Horan.
Smart.
And I hated them, and then slowly I've been getting more and more used to them, and I'm like, no, I love them. They were so helpful last night.
No, they really are. But yeah, so that was kind of the drag show. I will probably post pictures along with like this episode announcement on Instagram like I normally do. My makeup was a little crazy.
I thought it was awesome.
Thank you.
It was very Jack Sparrow-esque.
Damn. Okay. See, I was trying to go for vampire, and then everyone was like, pirate?
It was giving pirate. From far away, when you came up for bows, I saw it, and I was like, yeah.
Because I had a red shirt on, I had a corset, the boots. And I did have vampire teeth, but then one of them fell off, and I couldn't fix it, and so I just ripped the other one off.
Yeah.
And it was giving Jack Sparrow.
But I was vibing with Jack Sparrow.
Right? It was fine. It was a lot. So yeah. And I was the only king to perform. There were a lot of bio queens, which are females doing female drag. But I was the only king. A lot of things. Yeah, it was fun. Overall, super great night. I'm so tired, though. I think I left at like 12:30, got home a little after that, and then didn't finish taking off my makeup till like 2-ish, and then woke up at 6:30 to do all this and stuff. So,
next segment.
Fun times. Yes, next segment.
I'm so excited for this one.
We are going to be doing a Hear Me Out / spooky or kooky, which is spooky is like pass and kooky is smash.
I was going to ask which one's smash, which one's pass.
Yeah. So these are all like Hear Me Out smash or passes, but in the sake of Halloween, we are going to be doing spooky or kooky.
Also, shout out the Try Guys.
Oh, yeah.
They did it first.
Shout out Miles Bonsignore for coming up with this beautiful segment that we are now taking.
Yep. So that happens a lot. Thanks, man. Thanks for doing the hard work for us.
All right, so we have 8.
I have 9.
Ew.
I told you that.
You did, and I forgot. I have 8. You want to go first?
Yeah. My first Hear Me Out is Gloria from Madagascar. I have a picture. You guys can't see it, but Sierra can. This is my picture.
Yeah. I mean, that's valid, and it's very kooky. I agree.
It is very kooky.
Okay. Mine, Pumbaa.
Yeah, that's a little spooky. Okay, but I think mine is just tailored to, I have a specific memory of, I was raised by my father, super cool dude, in his, like, 2002 Honda car. The only CDs we had were, like, Blink-182, Avenged Sevenfold, and Lion King, and so we listened to Hakuna Matata on repeat, and he sang Pumbaa's part, so I feel like I cannot associate Pumbaa with anything other than my dad.
That is such a valid reason. No,
So he's a little spooky.
He reminds me of, like, a burly football player I would work with. You know? And they're kind of yummy. But anyways, please explain what was on your phone.
Ford Pines from Gravity Falls. Not Stan. It's his brother with the 6 fingers, okay?
6.
Ford. He has 6 fingers. He made the books.
I never watched Gravity Falls. I wasn't allowed to watch Cartoon Network.
It was on Disney XD, bestie.
I was always asleep, and Disney XD came on.
It was a whole separate channel.
What? My
Disney
mom just told me it was at different times.
No, Disney XD was a whole separate channel.
You're joking.
Nope.
I was lied to?
Yeah.
Aww.
Disney XD was like a whole, like, it was like Teen Nick. Teen Nick was a whole separate channel.
She said that only came on at night. I couldn't watch it.
I watched Disney XD was for, like, the older kids and for boys. It was mainly for boys, but I watched Gravity Falls all the time. Mm. But Ford Pines. Not Stan Pines. Ford Pines.
He looks like a professor. But I guess kooky.
That's his brother right there. Anyways.
My second one is the Kool-Aid Man. Again, with the football player, large man.
That one reminds me of my boyfriend, so I'll say kooky for that one. The Invisible Man from But not when he's shown, because after he's shown, he's not hot anymore. In the fourth one, they show him. They show what he looks like, and he's not hot anymore. He's only hot when he's invisible.
He's only open to Hinge and stuff.
Yeah, he's only hot when he's invisible. And that's nothing against people who look like the Invisible Man. I just only think he's hot.
Sammy just ripped
because right there. No, this one. Yeah. He's hot when he's invisible.
I agree. His voice is hot.
Yeah. David Spade. Yeah. Anyways.
What the fuck is this? This looks like a Minecraft villager.
Anyways, is it... You gotta smash past him.
Cookie. I just said.
You didn't say.
Oh, my bad.
You said mentally.
Okay.
I saw my next one. I'm gonna skip that one. I'll come back. Anyways.
Excuse me. Grown Nala. Specifically, grown Nala. Because I'm not a predator.
Yep. Can we tell that story? Because that was funny. We were filming. We were on the last day filming. We were talking about this segment. We were like, oh, we'll do this segment. And Sarah's like, what's one? Like, one, hear me out. And I won't say mine because it's on my list. But Sarah's like, Nala, but like as a baby. And I went, that's a child. Sarah goes, I mean grown.
Because I was like, Nala as a baby is cute. Definitely wouldn't smash as a baby.
Yeah.
But as an adult, girl, give me your number.
Spooky, but that's just because I don't see it. The chicken from Robin Hood with the big boobs.
Spooky.
What?
Hands down.
She's got big boobs. She got big breasts because she's a chicken.
I just don't like the shape of chickens' heads. They're kind of weird and oblong. I used to have chickens.
I just realized her name's Lady Cluck. That's really funny. I just call her the chicken with the big boobs. I'm not even lying. That's what I got to type or to get that. Anyways.
I love that. Bulbasaur. The Pokemon.
I get it.
I used to be obsessed with Pokemon as a kid.
Okay. Spooky, but I get it. Remus Lupin from Harry Potter. This is my only human one. He's a werewolf.
Spooky.
Yeah.
He's a bad guy.
No, he's not.
Oh, no, he protects, right?
Yeah. He attack.
No.
He got your back.
It's been a minute since I've seen Harry Potter.
No, he's just very, quiet and very nerdy, and he's a werewolf. And possibly gay.
Love. I like David Tennant's character in Harry Potter.
Barty Crouch Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Barty Crouch.
It's only because I'm obsessed with David Tennant.
Jr. Sorry. He says it.
No, it's so funny. Okay. I didn't know his name.
Uh-huh.
But the Frosted Flakes
Tony the Tiger?
Yes, Tony the Tiger. I've never had Frosted Flakes before, but I think the ads, fire.
Tony the Tiger.
It's soft porn for cereal.
Cookie. Moving on. Luigi from the Mario Bros.
Cookie! 100%. My God. He just weaseled his way in between the table and my leg. Definitely getting squished. But yes.
Luigi.
Enough said.
100%.
Cookie. Okay. This one's really niche, and I don't know if you'll know it, but the cougar mascot from BYU. He does all the flips. He got really famous with the roller, and a da-da-da. So that mascot is like
the suit? That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's weird. Hold on. But the people inside the suit are gymnasts.
Yeah.
Like, they have to train, and if you're not a male gymnast, you don't get the job.
Huh.
And a lot of them are gay, and you have to be really strong. But I just think all the shit he does is so cool and so badass. And his little dance moves, I think they're hot.
See, on like a I want to be friends with him kind of way, kooky. But in like a smash or pass kind of way, spooky. Does that make sense?
Yeah, valid.
Prince Charming from Shrek.
I was going to put him! And then I couldn't remember, like, I could see his face, but
Prince
then
Charming.
I couldn't remember where he's from. Kooky, 100%.
I like to quote him a lot. And he does the chapstick thing and he goes, cherry flavored.
He's so cute.
I think in Shrek 3, he says something where he's like, hold on, kitten whiskers, daddy said whatever. And I think it's so funny. He makes me laugh.
No, he's so silly goofy. I don't know if I want to say my next one.
No, I think you should.
Tom Cruise in Rogue Nation, specifically. I know we talked about it in 2 episodes ago?
Yeah.
Last ep? Something like that. Tom Cruise.
After I saw the thing with his teeth, I can't.
I keep trying to forget about it, and somehow it just keeps getting back in my life.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I just can't.
And Scientology.
For those who don't know, yeah, that too. For those who don't know, his teeth are off-centered. Like, where the line is in between your two front teeth should be in line with your nose. His is off to the side, and his like, left tooth is in line with his nose. Because he got really bad teeth surgery. My next one is Doc Hudson from Cars.
Kooky.
Thank you. Yeah, enough said.
Enough said. Silver Fox is
the Hudson Hornet. I'm here for it.
You're gonna be my Hudson Hornet.
Anyways, what's your next one?
Hi, Sammy. Charizard.
I thought this is charcuterie.
Yes, charcuterie. No, Charizard. I love Pokemon.
Okay. Spooky. I guess I can't really talk though, because my last one is Johnny Worthington III. Specifically. Okay, so this is him in Monsters University. He's from Monsters University. He's the frat guy in Monsters University. What are you doing?
Sammy just hit his head on the wall.
He's the frat guy. He's in Roar Omega Roar. I love Monsters University. That's one of my favorite movies. He's in Roar Omega Roar, right? Disney came out with a TV show called Monsters at Work, where it's basically talking about a whole different part, like not the scare unit. It talks about MIFT, which they're like, do the underground work, right? And they just released season 2, and the whole thing is like, oh, one of the characters is a Monsters University alumni, and he's always wanted to be a scarer, but now he's a jokester. And so it's like, he meets Johnny Worthington, but like, as a big businessman. And I was like, oh, like, I'm not opposed to big businessman, monster man, you know?
No.
And then he has a weird slug child. I need to show you. Hold on. So, have you seen Monsters University?
Yeah.
You know the emo girl who...
Yeah, with the...
So, they get together. Johnny and her are the ones who get... Johnny and her are the ones who get together. And they have 2 kids, right? I don't remember the girl's name.
Ooh, I thought of my last one.
Okay. I don't know. I don't remember the girl's name. But they have a son, right? You know what he looks like, right? And, like, I'll show you... I can't show you with that, but that's what she looks like, right?
Yeah.
How do they have... When Hunter listens to this, he's going to be like, he brought it up again. How do they have this slug baby? They have a slug baby, and it doesn't make sense, and it upsets me, because this is their daughter. Their daughter makes sense. Why do they have a slug child? Sorry, this is not part of the game, but it really upsets me. I love Monsters at Work.
Adopted?
I don't care. Why do they have a slug baby? He grosses me out. I don't like him.
That's valid.
His name's JJ. I don't like him.
Ew.
Anyways, sorry, that's not part of the episode, but I needed to get that out in the world.
You're so good. My last one. Do you have one more?
No, that was my last one.
Okay.
Johnny was my last one.
I thought of this one on the fly. My last one, Sylvia from Monsters, Inc.
I don't see it, but I think it's because her voice. I can't do the voice. Like, her voice annoys me.
I don't remember her voice. I just remember her looks.
I think I watched, one of my favorite movies is Monsters, Inc. and Monsters University. So I watch it a lot, and I love watching Monsters at Work. It's meant for children, but it's a good show. And she's in that, too. So I think because I've heard her voice so much, I know exactly what she sounds like, and I can't do it.
That's fair. Isn't she voiced by, like, Catherine O'Hara or something like that?
Is she? I'll look it up.
I don't know. And like
you lead into the next segment, and I'll look up who she's voiced.
Our next segment is our last segment. We're going to be doing shoe advice. Yeah. So,
Jennifer Tilly.
Just kidding. Why did I think Catherine O'Hara? I love Catherine O'Hara, though. But shoe advice. My biggest advice is either, or if you're going to shop for shoes online, be prepared to return them.
Oh,
mentally. Overbuy. That way, you have a lot of options, and then just, like, pick 2 days from then and return your shoes that you don't like. So,
bring someone with you.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you'll think a pair of shoes is cute, and then you buy them, and then they're not cute anymore, and then you really wish you had someone else's thoughts and opinions in that moment.
No, truly. And also, don't buy shoes for just one outfit. That's a waste. Buy shoes that are versatile, that you can wear with any outfit.
Or if you do that, just buy outfits that match the shoes. Because the shoes I brought for our pictures, I bought for one outfit. And now I just am trying to make them work for everything that I need them to. Because I don't like heels. But for my boyfriend's graduation, I bought heels. Because he asked me to wear heels. And I'll do anything for love.
So real. I know. I'm a very classic person. I have some staple shoes. I have 2 pairs of black heels. And I make them work for everything and anything. Because I feel like everyone could just have a black heel and it would work. Or, like, whatever color works for them. I wear black.
I have a brown heel.
Cute.
With my black dress. Because I like to do black and brown. That's my favorite color combo.
It is a cute combo. I know a lot of people have, like, a white pair of heels or something like that. Just have that staple shoe.
I want a red pair of heels. Just for funsies.
I'm considering buying a pair of red bottoms for graduation.
Ooh.
My parents think I'm insane. But
I think you should do it.
I might.
I think you should.
I just might. But...
And with that,
Is that all of our shoe advice?
I think so. Do you have any more others? I feel like I can't give too much shoe advice other than buying shoes because I have a lot of shoes, but I also make my own. So it's like I don't buy shoes a lot. I actually paint and make my own shoes.
What else? If you're gonna go shoe shopping, go at the start of the day, like before you go to the mall or whatever, because as you walk, your feet swell. So it swells more in other people than others. But no matter what, your feet do get bigger. They do swell. So go at the beginning of the day when your feet are a little smaller, so that way your shoes fit. So then when you're walking around, rather than your feet being swollen and you try on shoes and the shoes being too big, the shoes actually fit you. And another thing, if you're trying to break in shoes, don't have a lot of time, or like they're too small or a strap's too small, you can either take a hairdryer to it and stretch it out, or you can place a bag of water in your shoes and put them in the freezer so that way when the ice expands, your shoe expands. But
I break my shoes in like ballerinas break in their
like abusing the shit out of them.
Well, not even abusing, but I'll bend them a little bit so that it gets the like foot motion because I was in marching band, so I actually walk with my toes up. I don't know if you noticed, but on a lot of my shoes, I get the breaks right around where my like toes meet my foot because I put my toes up when I walk, so I have to like break that in first. So I'll bend that part of my shoe. So if you're in marching band, break in your shoes before you wear them, and it reduces the chances of them cracking.
Yep. So. Same with dancers, jazz shoes, tap shoes, especially with that breaking and cracking prone fabric. Just take care of your shoes. Take care of your feet.
Yeah.
I
think that's it.
Okay. Thank you all so much for tuning into this episode. Bearing with us. We will have another episode next week, right before Halloween.
This is that one. This is our Halloween episode.
Just kidding. I know what day it is. Yeah. This is our Halloween episode. Oh, by the time this releases tomorrow will be Halloween. Yes. So happy spooky day if you celebrate.
Safe.
Yes, be safe, stay hydrated, be with friends, don't be alone if you're going to go out.
Go trick-or-treating. Yeah. Check your candy.
For razor blades and fentanyl.
Injections are a thing now. So check your candy.
I always thought that was a joke. I love the joke reels too, where people like shove a whole like kitchen knife in a jelly bean. Yeah. And they're like, there's something weird with this candy. I'm like, you guys are so silly. But yes, be safe. Hope you all have a happy holiday. If you celebrate. If you don't, I hope you have a great Thursday. And we'll see you next week. Pasta la vista, baby.